Hi students, welcome back to my next video on CET NEET, that means class 2. On the same topic, electric charge and Coulomb's law, right? Now, moving on, in the last class we discussed up to 10th problem. We will move on with the 11th problem. I think you have kept your material open. You have MTG fingertip. You are watching the video along with the material. 11th question, let us read 11th question. A polythene piece rubbed with wool is found to have negative charge 6 10 power minus 7 coulomb. The number of electrons transferred to polythene from wool is, when you rub objects together, electrons get transferred from one body to another. Number of electrons transferred carries some amount of charge. What is the key idea here? Key idea here in the 11th problem is the principle of quantization. What is quantization? The charge transferred due to rubbing is equal to N times E, where N number of electrons transferred and E the value of the charge. That's all. Now just need to solve for N to find number of electrons. That's Q divided by E. Very simple approach. What is the value of Q? He says 16 power minus 7 coulomb charge has got transferred. That's corresponding to the charge of electron. That's why I can write minus negative. And E, what is charge of each electron? Minus 1.6 10 power minus 19. You know this, the elementary charge in nature. Now the simplification is very simple. Numerical part you must do. Don't use calculator, remember. You have to do it in mind. 6 divided by 1.6 10 power. This 19 comes to numerator, becomes plus 19 minus 7 minus 7. How do you do this? It's very simple. Law of indices. A power m divided by a power n. How do you do? A power m. This comes to numerator, becomes minus n. Base same, add indices. I am doing or showing this part as it is beginning stage. Afterwards you have to do all this in mind, remember. Now simplification is very simple. Let's identify the first digit. 16 4s are 64, so 16 3s are, so first digit must be 3 point something. Now let's not bother about the fractional part of this number. Let's find the power. Something is there here beyond this. Power 19 minus 7. What is 19 minus 7? 12. First digit must be 3 and power must be 10 raised to the power 12. That's enough for my problem because only two options start with 3, but power 1 12, the other is 10. Which means if you divide completely, it should be 3.75, but power is 10 power 12. That's why the option must be D. This is one of the tricks, remember students. Sometimes you need not multiply or divide completely. If you identify first digit or sometimes power correctly, answer is done. Very simple. Okay, fine. Now let's move on to the next problem, that is 12. Let us read the question 12 now. In the 12, if 10 power 9 electrons move out of a body to another body every second, then time required to get a total charge of 1 coulomb on the other bodies. He has given charge here too, but he changes the data slightly compared to the previous one. What he says, read this and remember correctly. 10 power 19 electrons move out from a body every second. What is given? 10 power 9 electrons per second. I collect the datum, then we will plan how to do. He has given first 10 to the power 19 electron, 10 power 9 electrons, 10 power 9 electrons per second. This is his datum, one datum. And second, he has given 1 coulomb charge, 1 coulomb charge. What is this 1 coulomb? This 1 coulomb must be total charge on the body. Let's denote by capital Q. Then what is this? 10 power 19 electrons per second. This must be N, not just N per second, N per second. Then what you have to find? You have to find time taken to collect this much of charge. Now we'll continue. Right. 10 power 19 electrons per second. Charge time. Okay, students, look here. What you have to find? You have to find time required to accumulate charge in terms of electrons, which is equal to 1 coulomb. This is a very simple logic we can use to write a relation. What is that? Let us suppose this way. What is total charge? How do you get this total charge Q, which is 1 coulomb? By transferring electrons. How much? Every second 10 power 9. So you think this way. Total charge is charge transferred, charge per second into total time taken. Every second you are transferring some charge. You do that for some time t. You will get total charge. A simple logic is as simple as 1 apple costs 4 rupees. Look here, 1 apple 4 rupees, 4 rupees per apple. Then what is total value of 10 apples? Total value of 10 apples. 10 apples, total value you have to find. Into 10 you have to do. Then it becomes 40. What is 40? Total. How do you get? For every apple 4 rupees into total number. Total number here is total time. A simple logic. That's what I told you in the beginning. Physics problems CET need include concepts of the subject physics, logics and mathematics. These are logic, very simple. How do you get this relation? Where it is? Very simple, common sense. Total charge is charge per second into total time taken. Total time taken. Let me denote this total charge Q. Charge per second, NE. Why NE? Number of electrons into charge of one electron is total charge. Into time. Remember, this is very, very interesting, important. What is N? Number per second. What is that number? 10 power 9. 10 power 9 into charge. To convert number of electrons into charge, multiply E. If there is 1 electron, 1 into 1.6 10 power minus 19. What is this value? E. If there are 2 electrons, 2 into 1.6 10 power minus 19. What is 10 power minus 19 into 1.6? Charge of each electron denoted by E. So very simple. Now you just cross multiply and solve for time, which you have to find Q divided by NE. What is Q? Q value is 1 coulomb. Divided by N. What is N? 10 power 19. Into what is E? 1.6 10 power minus 19. So T equals to, and the numerical value 1 by 1.6 and power 10 to the power minus 10. You take this to numerator. 1 by 1.6 into 10 to the power plus 10. 1 by 1.6. Denominator more, numerator less. The value comes less than, or otherwise you can do this way. Take 110 here, 10 divided by 1.6. Now remaining is 9 because 110 you have taken, written here. 10 power 1 plus 10 power 9 is 10 power 10. Okay, fine. Now you can divide. 10 divided by 1.6. 10 by 1.6 is like 1.6, 16. You can say 16th multiplication table in terms of 100, for 100. 16 5 is 80. 16 6 is 96. Comes around 6 point. Do it at home. Can easily try. It comes around 6 point, some extra value into 10 to the power 9. I'm using the same logic, right? Now let's come to the options. Okay, one more point just before the option. If you completely divide 6.25 10 to the power 9, what is the unit? Seconds. But in options, check out the options. Friends, the answer we have got here, that's around 6.25 10 power 9 is in seconds. But look at the options. Options are in years, right? Now, all of you know this is not a great knowledge. It's very simple. Seconds to years. What is 1 year? 1 year is 365 days. 1 day 24 hours. 1 hour 3600 seconds. Do you know? Yes. Simple thing. Now, for my simplification, it is 100th place. If I write 3.65, 10 power 2, 100 means 10 power 2. This is 10th place. 2.4 if I write 10 power 1. This is thousands. If I shift by 3 places, 3.6, 10 power 3. It's easy to compute, and anyway you are going to approximate the answer. In these cases, approximate the option. Look at the options first. There will be sufficient gap between the options. So the approximation works out here. That's what the trick he has used. This is also a trick you need to remember. Now I'll collect the values. First value is 3.65, and the second one is 2.4, and the third one is 3.6. Now add the powers as we did earlier. Power here is 2. 2 plus 1, 3. 3 plus 3, 6. That's it. Very simple. Now, anyway, you're going to approximate the option, that's why. Denominator you write, numerator 2.65, divide by denominator, you increase it to the higher value. Higher value, this is 3.65, close to 4. 2.4, less than 2.5, that's why I write just 2. Approximating the option, answer. And 3.6 also close to 4. Now look at the powers. Numerator 9, denominator 6. It is 9. This goes to numerator, becomes minus 6. All of you know, right? Now let me simplify this. How? See, 4 ones are 4, right? Point. 2 remains, 22. 4 5s are 20. Again 2 remains, 25. 4 zigzag. It comes around 1.56, right? And with 4 can I try? Yes. Again I will try with 4. I write in yellow chalk piece, right? 4 point 0 point 4 0 point 0 point. If I write 15, 4 3s are 12. 4 3s are 12. What is 15 minus 12? 15 minus 12 is 3. It becomes 36. 36 means 4 9s are 36. So the numerator t 0.39, denominator 2 comes around power 10 power 3. Now 10 power 3 is 1000. 1000 into 0.39 is around 390 divided by 2. What is 390 by 2? 390 by 2, 2 ones are. 2 ones are. 1 remains 19. 1 remains 19. 19. 2 nines are 18. 1 remains 5. So coming around 195. What's the unit? You are converting from second to years. That's why years. Students, I need not show this simplification. As it is initial stages of my NEET classes, you need to solve all this. Look, CET in physics means subject knowledge. Again and again I'm telling you, subject knowledge, application of what? Application of subject you have learned, and also mathematics and simplification like this, and also some logics. What is the logic in previous problem? Total charge is number of charges per second into total time. Like that logics you used here, right? Total charge per second into total time taken. This is all logic. You applied this like this. Then you solved for time in seconds. Then you converted that seconds into years. So it is not a problem to get by heart. You have to know how problems are solved. Now look at the options. Options is around 198 years. That is in option C. Look at the options. Option is C. Option is C. Okay, look at the options. For option A, 250, 100, 198, 150. Which is your option? 198. Students, don't try it with your calculator. You have to try like how I tried, because calculator is not allowed. You have to approximate, right? So just you think how you have to modulate yourself to see it in neat level when it comes to subject like physics, right? You will definitely follow me. Okay, we'll move. Okay, let's go to the 13th question. The number of electrons that must be removed from an electrically neutral silver dollar to give it a charge plus 2.4 coulomb. When you remove electrons, the body gets positive charge. That's why plus. Same story. The quantization rule. What is that? Total charge in a body is equal to number of electrons into charge of each electron. You have to solve for n, that is q divided by e. Substitute the values 2.4 coulomb for q and n 1.6 10 power minus 19. Simplify this. 16 ones are, it comes around 1.5 10 power 19. Check it out once again. This is the answer, I think. Check the answer once again. So overcharge, we have discussed all the aspects. Now two questions remaining, 14 and 15. The question number 15 is similar to 13, and you take question number 15 homework. You try at home. And also question number 14, 15 are homework sums, but I'll give hint to the 14. Let me read 14 once. A coin is made up of aluminium weighing 0.75 gram. It has a square shape and its diagonal measures 17 mm. He gives area. 17 mm diagonal means you can find the area. Do you require area? We will see. It is electrically neutral and contains equal amounts of positive and negative charges. The magnitude of these charges is. Remember students, this is very similar to problem 10 hint. Go through the calculation part of 10th question 10. We did very similar. I'll give a hint. Remaining part you have to do at home. After this video, you do it again. What is that hint? We learned in the previous video, question number 10. Previous video, question number 10. You refer this. See it once again. There I wrote number of electrons or number of atoms in a sample is Avogadro number Na divided by m atomic mass into mass of the substance. Right? Now total charge is number of atoms into number of protons or number of electrons into E. What is number of protons or number of electrons in aluminium? What is aluminium? Al, atomic number 13, mass number around 26. That mass number M, capital M is 26, and each atom contains 13E charge. What is charge of each atom? Either positive or negative. 13 electrons, 13 protons. Therefore, number of atoms multiplied by 13E. Why 13E? Because each atom has got 13 protons or 13 electrons. Need to find total charge of protons or total charge of electrons. Positive charge. Total charge of positive means protons. Total charge of negative means electrons. You need to either proton charge or electron charge we have to find. You need to find total charge of proton or total charge of electron. How many protons are there? 13. What is charge of each proton? E. So 13E. 13E is the charge into number n. How do you find number? From this. You know Na 6.023 10 power 23. What is m? 26. What is small m? Small m is 0.75. This is small m. Can you do it, students? Yes, you must. If you try, you will get an option which matches with one of the values here. Try it. Question number 14 and 15 are the homework sums. Okay, students, we'll move on to the next topic, that is Coulomb's law. Under Coulomb's law, first question, that is question number 16 on continuation. Coulomb's law relates two charges and distance between them, describing the electric force as being. Understand the problem once again? Coulomb's law relates two charges and distance between them, describing the electric force as being proportional to sum of the charges. Is it sum? No, it is wrong option. It is product. You know Coulomb's law. What is Coulomb's law? F proportional to product of magnitudes of the charges, inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. So option B, inversely proportional to distance between them. Yes, proportional to product of the charges and inversely proportional to distance. But what is that? Square of distance. So these two wrong. Now come to the last one. Proportional to product of charges and inversely proportional to the square of the distance. That's very important. That's why you go for the option D. 3 wrong, D correct. That's a simple application of Coulomb's law. Now I'll move on to the next question, that is question 17, right? Let me read question 17. Rub this. Okay. Now let's read question 17. Ready? Okay. Which of the following statements is true about electrical forces? Electrical forces. You know electrical forces relation, Coulomb's law, you have in your mind. Now let's read the options. Electrical forces are produced by electrical charges. Is it correct? Yes. Like charges attract, unlike charges repel. Is this true? No. Like charges repel. This is wrong. Attract wrong. This should be here. This should be here. Okay. That's why this is wrong. Now come to option 3. Electric forces are weaker than gravitational. No. Electrical forces are very, very strong. Second strongest force in nature than gravitation by about 10 power 36 times. 36 times you have learned last year gravitation chapter, and also basic force in nature. So option wrong. The option D, last one, positive and negative charges can combine to produce third type of charges. No, you did not learn like that. So the option 1 is most appropriate and correct one. Option A, you will go for option A, right? Very simple. I'll remove this. Now I'll come to the next question, that is question 18. Question 18. Constant K in Coulomb's law, depends on. What is that constant? K. F equals to K, Q1, Q2 divided by R square. You can either use capital or small letters, no problem. Magnitudes of charges. What is K? K in SI error vacuum has a value 10 to the power 9. 9 10 to the power 9. This value remains the same, whatever be the unit. See, look here students, this is the duster having some length, say 10 centimeters. If I write that 10 in meters, 10 centimeters, in meter if you write 10 to the power minus 2 meters. If I write in terms of a fraction of a meter becomes 0.1 meter. 0.1. 10 centimeter, 0.1 meter. If I say 0.1 meter, will the length get contracted? No. It remains the same. You are just changing the unit. In centimeter, 10 times. In meter, 0.1 times, that's it. But length remains the same. That's why if you move from one system to another, the magnitude is length, does not change. Similarly, the value in SI is 9 10 power 9. But if you go to some other units, value remains the same. Magnitude varies. That's why the K value doesn't depend on system of units, but depends on medium, only medium. It does not depend on intensity of charge. Did not like that. You did not learn this way. So, since these two not correct, the option D is also not correct. That's why you can go for the option A. Option A. It depends on nature of medium. In error vacuum, you use this value. If you go to some other media, the value of K changes. But if you change system of units, the value of K remains the same. That's the idea you have to remember. You just think of the situation. It depends on nature of the medium. Nature of the medium. Okay. Nice. We'll move on to the next question. That is question 19. 19. See, very easy. You can answer this. No problem with this. Let's read the question. Which of the following statements is not a similarity between electrostatic and gravitational forces, right? Let us read the options. Both forces obey inverse square law, yes, because electrical force, you wrote K into Q1 Q2 divided by R square. What is gravitational force? Let me write Fe Fg. That is G into M1 M2 divided by R square. You wrote this last year called Newton's law of gravity. This is Coulomb's law of electrostatic force. Both obey inverse square law. Both depend on the magnitudes. These magnitudes of charges, these magnitudes of mass. So the option A correct. Both the forces operate over very large distances. Yes. As R tends to infinity, force F tends to 0 because 1 by infinity 0, you know. That is also correct. Both forces are conservative in nature. Yes, conservative. Work done against such forces doesn't depend on path followed. You learned conservative forces last year. That is also correct. Option D must be wrong then. Let us read the option. Both the forces are attractive in nature. No. You know, electrostatic force may be attractive or repulsive. Force between like charges, repulsive. Unlike charges, attractive. But gravity always attractive. Between two masses, only attractive. That's why option D is wrong. That is your option. You have to identify what? The wrong statement. Which of the following statement is not a similarity? Not. That is very important. That's why these are similarities, but not a similarity, this one. This is your option. You have to go for D. This is correct option. Right? Now we'll move on to now 20th problem. SI unit of permittivity of free space. You know the Coulomb expression? Where does it come? In the constant K, permittivity. K, Q1 Q2 by R square, where K is 1 over 4 by epsilon 0, Q1 Q2 by R square. You cross multiplied epsilon 0 here. So 1 over 4 by epsilon F into Q1 Q2 by R square. Write the unit. Charge unit is Coulomb. Coulomb square. Divided by 4 pi F Newton. Unit of force Newton. R distance meter squared. So Coulomb square per Newton meter square. Coulomb square per Newton meter square. Option C. That's it. Okay. We'll move on to next question. Numerical one. That is question number 21. 21 is an application of Coulomb's law. We'll come to that. Let me read. 21. The force between two small charge spheres having charges 1 10 power minus 7 coulomb, 2 10 power minus 7 coulomb are placed 20 centimeter apart in air. Understand once again? Force between two small charged spheres, very small, like point charge you consider. 1 10 power minus 7, 2 10 power minus 7, placed 20 centimeter apart. Okay, we'll come to the calculation part. Okay, students, this is what he says. There are two very small spheres. You can consider them as point charges. The spheres containing charge 1 10 power minus 7, 2 10 power minus 7 coulomb. When you add charge on the sphere, they lie on the surface, and the charges on the surface can be considered to be at the center. We will see this in the next topic. Now, the force acts between the two centers of the two bodies. Separation 20 centimeter. Charge value 1, 2, 10 power minus 7. It's very simple. Write the values. F equals to, what is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0? You know very well. 9 10 power 9. Get it by heart. You should bear in mind. What is Q1? 1 10 power minus 7. What is Q2? 2 10 to the power minus 7. Divided by R. What is R? 20 centimeters. What is 1 centimeter? 10 power minus 2 meter whole square. Very simple. Now you collect the values one side, 9, 2, and this 20 square, 400. 20 square, 400. Add powers now. Into 10 to the power, minus 7, minus 7, minus 14. You can do this way. 9 minus 7 minus 7 divided by, this is 10 to the power, 10 to the power, 2 to the minus 4, minus 4. I'll write this way. Okay, right. Minus 4. Now, if I remove these two zeros, then this power becomes minus 2. Minus 2. And 2 2s are 4. That's why 2 2s are 4. Right? 9 by 2 you have now. F equals to 9 by 2. 9 by 2. 10 to the power. This 9 minus 7 plus 2. Plus 2 minus 7 minus 5. Divided by, this is minus 4 has become minus 2. Comes to numerator. What is 9 by 2? 4.5. 9.5 is 4.5. Comes to numerator. Plus 2 minus 5 is minus 3. So the answer is 4.5 10 power minus 3 in terms of Newton. So the option is C, 4, right? Why? Because the 4.5 10 power minus 3 is in the option side. Okay, option B, right? Now move on to the next question, that is question number 22. Let's see what he says. The two nuclei, the nucleus of helium atom contains two protons separated by a distance 3 10 power minus 15 meter. The magnitude of the electrostatic force between each protons exerted by the other. Pass ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ? Once again, students, the nucleus of helium atom contains two protons that are separated by a distance 3 10 power minus 15 meter. The magnitude of the electrostatic force that each proton exerts on the other is. Protons positively charged. He has given separation. What is charge of each proton? Can you tell me? Yes. E equals to 1.6 10 power minus 19. Therefore, in our problem, Q1 equals to Q2 equals to E. Again, application of Coulomb's law. What is Coulomb's law? 1 over 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by R square. Write for Q1 E, this value. Write for Q2 E. And the value of 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 and R square. That's why it's again the same procedure as we did in the 21st problem. That's why you take 22nd homework and 23rd also homework. You try these two at home because these also similar. See, two insulated charged metallic spheres P and Q have their center separated by a distance of 60 centimeter. Here is given separation. Here also given separation. This is R in our discussion. Here this is R. Centimeter, right in meters. 10 power minus 2. Radii of P and Q are negligible compared to the distance, means consider them point charges. That's it. Very simple. You are applying Coulomb's law. That's all. The mutual force of electrostatic repulsion, if the charge on each is 3.2 10 power minus 7. So, what is this value? Q1. That is also Q2. So, Q1, Q2 given 3.2 10 power minus 7 are given. He says repulsion, whatever it be, repulsion or attraction, formula remains the same. 1 over 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by R square. Therefore, same procedure. Take these two as homework sums, try at home. Now we'll move on to the next one. Let us read the problem, then we will try. Problem number 24. Let me remove these two now. All this. Okay, let's read question number 24. 2 point charges plus 3 microcoulomb and minus plus 4 microcoulomb repel each other with a force 10 Newton. He has given force. If each is given an additional charge of plus minus 6 microcoulomb, new force is. Read once again. Let us do this. Slightly different compared to the previous one. That's why let us try this. Now collect the data in mind. What he has given? Two charges. Call these two charges Q1 and Q2. This is charge Q1 and this is charge Q2. What is Q1? Plus 3 microcoulomb. What is Q2? Plus 4 microcoulomb. What he has given? Force. Let us call this force F1. This is force F1. Then what he says? If I add plus 3 with minus 6 additional charge. Additional means you are adding minus 6 to this. Again minus 6 to this. So these two charges are added with minus 6 microcoulomb. Then you are left with new charge. When you add this to this, new charge. Call that Q1 dash. When you add this to this, new charge. Call that Q2 dash. What is the new force? What about distance? Is not talking about distance. Then it must be same for both. These two separated by some distance are same distance separated by the charges new when added with minus 6. Right? So need to bother only about F proportional to Q1, Q2. Distance remains the same. Q1, Q2. We'll come to the solution part. Okay, look at the solution. Same procedure. You are applying Coulomb's law. What is Coulomb's law? 1 over 4 pi epsilon Q1 Q2 by R square. Here R is same in both the cases. That's why F proportional to Q1 Q2 like this you have to think. Students, what he says, there are two charges. The value plus 3 plus 4 initially. And the force between them is 10 when R is the separation. I have written the calculation part to save time of video recording. That's it, right? And what he says next he says, I am adding minus 6 to both these two. So 3 minus 6. What is 3 minus 6? Minus 3. Again you add minus 6 to 4. So 4 minus 6, minus 2. Then what is the new force? When the new charges minus 3, minus 2 are the same separation, what is the new force? That's it, very simple. We use Coulomb's law, F proportional to Q1, Q2 and F dash proportional to Q1 dash, Q2 dash. Divide because you want new force, initial force F you know, Q1 dash, Q2 dash by Q1, Q2. 1 over 4 pi epsilon distance all get cancelled. Now you solve for F1 dash, Q1 dash, Q2 dash divided by Q1, Q2 into F. Write the values. Q1 dash, that is minus 3 into minus 2. Minus 2 into minus 3. You need not write sign because minus into minus plus, you can do it in mind itself. Then new initial value is 3 into 4 into 10. See, the value, initial value is 3 into 4. This is 3 into 2. 3 into 2. The values 3 cancels, 2 2s are, right? 2 2s are. You are left with 10 by 5, 10 by 2. What is 10 by 2? 10 by 2 is 5 Newton. That's it. The value of F dash is 5 Newton. Okay. Now look at the options. Option is, that is question number here. 2 Newton, 4 Newton, 5 Newton, 7.5 Newton. We found it as 5 Newton. We move on to the next question. That is 25. Ratio of magnitudes of electrostatic force. Electrostatic force means Coulomb's law, remember. And gravitational force between an electron and a proton. Students, know about electron. What is the mass of an electron? Nearly 9.1 10 to the power minus 31 kilogram. You know, you have learned physics and chemistry. What is mass of a proton? Mass of a proton 1.67 nearly 10 to the power 673 in fact minus 27 kg. 2 digits enough. Even I can write 1.7. This is 9. Nearly for CET simplifications 9 10 to the power minus 1 you use. And this nearly 1.7. 1.7 or else you can use 2 only. 2 10 to the power minus 27. You will see how situation arises. Next, what is the charge of electron? That's equal to charge of proton. Q charge, subscript P proton and E electron. E, what is E? 1.6 10 to the power minus 19. In fact, For electron minus 1.6, for proton plus 1.6. Since you are finding the value, don't bother about minus sign. He wants you to find ratio of electric force. What he wants you to find? He wants you to find ratio of electric force to the gravitational force. I write Fe divided by Fg. As I told you in the previous discussion, electric force is Coulomb's law. What is that? 1 over 4 pi epsilon 0 QE QP divided by R square. R is the separation between them. At the same separation, gravitational force, what is that? Mass of electron, mass of proton divided by R square. See students, R gets cancelled. And you can write the values. Write the values. Okay students, write the values. 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0, 9 10 to the power 9. The value of QE QP, 1.6 10 power minus 19. And again 1.6 10 power minus 19 divided by the value of G. What is that? Nearly 6.67 10 to the power minus 11. You know the value of gravitational constant. Mass of electron nearly 9 10 power minus 31. And this power M, that is 1.7 nearly 10 to the power minus 27. Now since you are approximating the value, I write 9 into 1.6 into 1.6 into 10 to the power, this is C, minus 19 plus 9 minus 10, minus 10 minus 19 minus 29, okay, right, divided by this. Anyway you are approximating, that's why 6.67 nearly 7 into 9. You can write approximately 2, that's it, very fine. Now 10 power minus 11, minus 11 minus 31. What is minus 11 minus 31? Minus 42. Minus 42 minus 27. 10 to the power minus 60. See here, 42, 27, 69. Comes around 69. Even if you find the value, if I find the power comes around 39, right? This comes to numerator, 39 nearly 40. This comes around 40, exactly 40. Okay. Now you can approximate the values. This you can take around nearly, this is nearly 2, this is nearly 2, 1.6 nearly 2, nearly 2, 2 cancels and 9 cancels. This is nearly 2 by 7, 2 by 7. 2 by 7 comes around 20 by 0. If I put 0.20, 7 twos are, right, 7 twos are. So first digit must be 2, 10 to the power 40. If I shift by one place, it becomes 2 point some value comes here. 10 to the power 39. Why 39? I have shifted by one place. I have taken 110 from this side. I have taken one, I borrowed 110 from here. That's why 40 becomes 39. First digit 2, power 39. Option? First digit 2, power 39. That's enough. You need not divide further. That's why I told you. First digit, power. 2 point something, 10 power 39 is in option B. See, option B is correct. Option B. Option B is correct, students. Okay. Now, we'll right students, first digit 2, point something, that is 4, 10 power 39. 2.4, 10 power 39 is the correct value. That's why, that's what I am telling you. Sometimes you need not divide completely or multiply completely. Look at the options once. Here, if you find first digit and power properly, answer is done. Okay. The same procedure applies for the next 3 questions. Question number 26 and question number 27 and question number 28. Try same application of Coulomb's law. Try these at home, and solution also there at the end of the chapter. If you are not able to follow, send me the questions, I'll explain you. I get your doubts clarified. You take this question, question number 26, a homework. Question number 27, a homework, because it is a repeat of what we have done so far. Question number 28 also homework. These 3 you have to try. Options also there. you can find easily. If you are not able to solve this, I will help you. Here, the hint I give you for question number 28. What is that hint? Hint is second law, Newton's second law. What is Newton's second law? F equals to ma. What is A? A equals to F divided by m. This is the hint. Let me read once. The acceleration for an electron and proton due to electrical force of their mutual attraction when they are 1 angstrom apart. Force between them same because same charges. Force remains the same. You need to write this relation for two cases. Number one, electron. For electron, what do you write? A equals to F divided by me, mass of electron. And B, for proton, what do you write for proton? AP. What is AP? F divided by MP. Right? You need to find the, see look here, when they are separated by a certain distance, you have to find what? The acceleration for electron proton due to their mutual attraction. You have to use electrostatic force. You know force expression. What is force? F equals to 1 over 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 divided by R squared. Your Q1 charge of electron, Q2 charge of proton. R is given. We have already done this problem earlier. You know R, 1 angstrom. What is 1 angstrom R? 1 angstrom is 1 10 to the power minus 10 meters. 1 angstrom. Angstrom is 10 power minus 10 meter. So write 10 power minus 10 whole square. 9 10 power 9. Charge of electron 1.6 10 power minus 19. Proton 1.6 10 power minus 19. You get a value. Write that here. Solve for AE. Write that here. Solve for AP. You get the values. Find or search for the options after finding AE and AP. Right? You will try at home. Okay. These are the 3 homework sums. If you have any doubts, you can send me the questions. I'll get your doubts clarified. And be in touch with these questions. Keep solving again and again so that we'll be more familiar. Remember students, once again I'm telling you, remember whatever you learn. That's it you need to do. If you do that, you'll score very good marks in NEET examination. You can go up to at least 30 questions. Definitely in our today's context, Karnataka, you will get a seat in a good college, right? So that's it. You need not do extraordinary work. You need to remember whatever you learn like this. That's it. Fine? You will do? Okay. We'll meet you again.